Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by CenturyLink, by Better Bank, better ideas, better banking, by Widmer Brothers Brewing, craft brewing in Portland, Oregon since 1984, and by the Emerald Queen Casino, where there's a world of dining opportunities from gourmet Asian cuisine to the legendary seafood buffet. An interesting dichotomy we have with the Angels in town. Lexus gives us this look at the pitching matchup. Jason Vargas is up against Dan Haren, but here is what I'm getting at. The Angels pitchers lead the majors with 6 shutouts. The Halos batters, well, they have been blanked 8 times, and that also leads at Major League Baseball. Now, Jason Vargas has been very good this entire season. He leads this staff with 5 wins. And he has been especially good over his career against the Angels, Bill Krueger, and I think we have a big enough sample size against them.
I would say you're right, Angie. You look at the career, 3-3 with a 2.38. Batting average against only 214, but that's been the standard for Jason Vargas this year. The league's only hitting 209 off him. You got a scuffling Angels lineup that has not done well against this guy. It's a recipe for success. Hard fastball in, soft away. That's been the story for Vargas. He's got the rocking chair down perfectly. Twice last year against the Angels, 6 innings, 7 innings, scoreless baseball. You expect nothing but the same. This guy is on a major roll and becoming one of the the best left-handers in the American League.
And Bill, you mentioned the 209 average he has going right now for opponents, and the crazy thing is the lefty is even better against righties, and this Angels lineup, folks, is chock full of right-handed batters. Jason Vargas is just about set for first pitch, and so are you now. Mariners and Angels, the first of 4, next here on Root Sports.
This is Mariner Baseball. Welcome, everybody, to Safeco Field here in Seattle. Mariners and the Angels meeting for the first time here in 2012. Boy, does it come late here on May 24th. Glad you're with us, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and the Root Sports crew. Blue skies with some clouds mixed in, a little bit of sun left over on this Thursday. Mike Trout recently called back, rated the #1 player in the minor leagues last year or so. He is first batter and takes a strike. Home plate umpire Vic Carapazza. Dale Scott at first, C.B. Buckner at second, and Jim Wolf at third. Trout will take a lot of pitches, but of course, as soon as I say that, he dumps one into right field. Talking to Angel people today, they said he's a guy that's been looking at a whole bunch of pitches, and he can run too. He's a base stealing threat. 6 out of 7.
And following Trout, it'll be Cayespo. Then it's Albert Pujols. We all know about his struggles this year. Trumbo not struggling at all, hitting .325. Then it's Morales, Kendrick, Ibar, Borges, the center fielder today hitting 8th, and Wilson, the catcher, will hit 9th. Numbers for Jason Vargas. He has been terrific. 5 wins on the year at 3.34 ERA, 42 strikeouts to 17 walks.
The wind here today blowing across the field, left to right. It's Cayespo, switch hitter, third baseman, shows bunt.
Have to keep an eye on Trout. You were talking about his patience, and he definitely has been that in the leadoff spot, but he can do everything. Recently recalled, he already has 4 home runs, and the big thing with him is he can fly.
We saw evidence, remember when he got called up last year.
Yes.
Down in Southern California. Got some pop, can go cover it.
They have a pretty good start to a relay team with Trout and Borges in their line.
Yeah.
Both of them can really run.
Yeah, that's some coverage. 1-1 pitch to Cayespo. Talking to Mike Scioscia in his office, the Angels manager. Mike, what the heck's wrong with you guys? 20-25. He said, we got some good things, we got some bad things. He says, we're not hitting. Albert's just starting to come around. I said, you're still going first to third? He says, we got to get on base to go first and third.
Can't steal first, right?
Yeah. Their on base percentage is 12.
You look at their numbers, and one of the other things they've done is struggle against left-handed pitching. Only 5 and 10 in the year against the left-handers.
Starting pitching, as we talked about in the open, has been pretty good. Bullpen not so good. They lose Vernon Wells to a thumb injury of 8 to 12 weeks. Torrey Hunter's got personal issues that have taken him away for the last 2 weeks. Foul. So the Angels, I remember when we started the season, I remember asking you, who do you like in the American League West? You said Texas. I like the Angels. Boy, it has not worked for them. I like the way that, and now the flip side, you look with the Mariner Ball Club with all these young kids finding their way, sorting things out. It's working out a lot better than anybody could have expected at 21-25 in game 47.
Well, I would agree with that. I just think that, and I certainly did not think the Angels would be struggling the way that they are, but I just had a lot of respect for the Texas Ball Club.
Sure.
The Mariners just winning a series against them, by the way. And
how huge is that?
That was big, I thought. And then you look at Albert Pujols joining the club. That's a big lift for them. C.J. Wilson, who has pitched extremely well for the Angels, joining them from the Rangers.
Bridge stop. Gets it to Carp. Vargas, bare hand. Nice play. Down to second is Trout.
A good defensive play by Carp. Getting the start at first base. Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Mariners tonight. In the outfield, you have Liddy getting the start in the left field. What a day he had yesterday. Saunders in center. Ichiro out and right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager, your third baseman. Ryan Anackley playing up the middle. Again, Mike Carp at first. Justin Smoke getting the night off. And Miguel Olivo coming off the DL and starting right away. He's behind the plate tonight.
We saw Jason Vargas swing the bat last week, get an RBI, get a base hit. Good athlete getting off that mound. Good eye-hand coordination.
Yeah, he's a good athlete.
Yep, finds that bag. Here's Pujols. Albert just now getting over the 200, getting over the Mendoza line.
And he's up to 178 at bats now. Just 4 home runs for him, 9 doubles. That's 20 RBIs.
Way inside. Vargas has faced Pujols before. Albert's 3 for 7 against him. We were in St. Louis a couple of years ago. He had a home run at Busch Stadium. Breezy, 59 degrees, wind out of the northwest, coming in from left field, going over towards right field. 2-0. Angels coming in, having taken 2 out of 3 at Oakland. 12-10 here in the month of May. Three 0.
See his numbers a year ago today: 268, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. He's typically been a slow starter. Just this year, it's just been brutal for him.
There's a strike. Last year, Albert finished up 299, 37 homers, 99 RBIs. Off year because the 2 years prior, 47, 135, and 42, 118. 3-1. Nothing doing there with Trout out at second base. Last 5 years. Three-one pitch from Vargas. Well stroked deep left field. Bye-bye. Off the ESPN side. 2-0. Angels. Home run number 5 for Pujols. RBI number 21 and 22.
We talked about it with him. He's starting to get things turned around. He's hit in 11 of his last 12 games. Jason throws him a changeup.
450 feet.
Take a look at this. This is a changeup, middle of the plate. That's about as hard as you can hit a baseball if you ricochet off the sign up around the second deck.
Here's Mike Trumbo. Very impressive rookie last year. Is at first base. And he's one guy. He's carrying some mail at 325, 6 homers, and 19 RBIs. And good numbers against the Mariners. Out in front, 0-2. Low. That home run given up by Vargas, number 9, most on the ball club. One more than Hector Noesi. Trimble last year, 254. 29 home runs and 87 runs batted in. Played in 149 games.
And against the Mariners last year, we saw him hit some impressive home runs, a couple of them late in the game.
Fouled off. When we saw him during spring training, he was working out at third base. Never played there. One game we went over at Diablo Stadium. He didn't get any chances in the game in that game. He's since moved to right field with Torrey Hunter, dealing with family issues back in Texas. 2-2 pitch. Off speed. And a tag applied by Olivo. Good to have Miggy back. There's 2 down. So Mike Scioscia, Dean of Managers in the American League. Rob Bicholo is the bench coach. Jim Eppert, he's new. Mickey Hatcher had been with Mike, and I asked him about it. I said, Mike, been with Mickey since when? He says 1977 with the Dodgers. Hired him. Mike Butcher's the pitching coach. Alfredo Griffin and Dino Abel. He says, well, you know, some people didn't like what was going on with our hitting upstairs, and I didn't like it, but taking orders, and it had to happen. I said, how's Mickey? He says, he didn't die. I said, okay, but how's Mickey doing? They were good buddies, have been together for a long time. There's a high drive, deep drive. Morales giving it a long ride. Liddy back there, makes the catch. And right at the 388. Caught it at about 386, and that wind knocked it down going from left to right. Pujols has got the Angels on top 2-0. Mariners coming to bat. in the corner in left field. Makes a long running catch, stays with it. Deep left center field off the bat of Kendry Morales to end the first inning. Mariners down 2-0. Tough customer Dan Herron over the years against the Mariners, but how about Dan? He's lost 4 in a row. Got a 4.37 ERA.
Typically with Dan Herron, when things are feeling good, he's 91, 92 miles an hour with a good sinker, a slider. Will throw a split. Will mix things up. He can pitch backwards in counts, but things just have not worked out for him so far early in the season. And part of that is he had a back injury at the end of spring training and still dealing with it. Reports are that his velocity has been down a couple miles an hour because of that.
He's a guy that never walks. A little hyperbole, but 45 Ks to 14 strikeouts, the ratio this year. And that's typical of his entire career. Ackley fouls one off, 2-2.
Thing with Herron is he wants to try to keep the ball on the ground. He's not an overpowering pitcher, even though he's one of the better pitchers, or at least has been one of the better pitchers in the American League.
Howie Kendrick can't get it. Base hit. Good start for Ackley and the Mariners.
And speaking of ground balls, that's what Ackley hits on the right side of the infield. It looked like Kendrick was going to make the play, and the ball gets under his glove. So that'll be a base hit for Dustin Ackley.
So Ackley's aboard. Coming off an 0-for-3 day. Yesterday, here's Alex Liddy. Sensational performance yesterday. 2-for-3. He got the grand slam, his first of his career. He provided a big lift as the Mariners take 2 out of 3 from the Rangers. It's back-to-back series wins for the Mariners. First time Lydia seeing Dan Herron.
I think you really have to appreciate the work that he has done. Works hard every day in the infield, now having to take up another position in left field so he can get in the lineup. But I think more importantly is he's really held his own, getting these spot starts and chances to play here and there as he strikes out on 3 pitches. But when you do that and he comes into the game hitting .273, it's impressive for a young player. Nice starting lineups are brought to you by Chevron. Already seen Ackley and Liddy. It'll be Ichiro hitting third. Kyle Seager, your cleanup hitter tonight. Montero, Carp, Olivo. Coming off the DL, he will hit 7th, and it's Saunders and Ryan rounding out the 9th. Dan Herron, a 4.37 ERA, just a 1-5 record for him so far. Dave mentioned the 45 strikeouts to only 14 walks. Opponents average .284. He has given up 7 home runs this year.
Ichiro fouls out the first pitch. Herron 16-10, a 3.17 ERA last year. That's what Ichiro's done to this point. Leads the club in batting average, hits, total bases, triples, and stolen bases. Long hold there by Bobby Wilson. 1-1, but he had something.
I think Carapaza disagreed, but it looked like it was a good pitch. It looked like it was on the corner. There you go. Perfect pitch from Herron.
Flips it on the scoop. Ibarter's one. That's all they'll get. 2 outs.
Well, it was a double play, but the bobble lets Ichiro reach first. Take a look at the rest of the defense for the Angels. Mike Trout is in left field. Borges, the center fielder. Mark Trumbo in right. A different looking outfield than we're not used to seeing with the Angels. Callejo, the third baseman. Ibar and Kendrick up the middle. Albert Pujols, he is your first baseman. And Bobby Wilson will do the catching tonight. Let's see what Herron has done in his career against the Mariners. Been outstanding, 10-5 record with a 2.60 ERA.
And that includes winning 4 of the last 5 with a 1.97. Bro, there he's been tough. Seager with Ichiro at first.
Kyle Seager is 4 for 8 against Dan Haren. He has a double and he's walked one time.
Two. Seager for 3 yesterday. A couple of really good spurts during the recently completed 10-game road trip. Runner goes. And Wilson cannot get the ball out of his glove. Stolen base for Ichiro, his 7th. Counts at 1-2 to Seager.
Well, it's a good jump from Ichiro. Because the pitch was an off-speed pitch, Wilson had a tough time handling it, so there won't be a throw down a second. That's a stolen base for Ichiro. Gets himself in scoring position with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. Seager goes down swinging. 1 of 2 strikeouts here in the first inning for Dan Haren, and the Angels will lead 2-0. Camo gear on, you're nice and warm. Way to go, Mom. Way to go, Dad. Albert Pujols with a 2-run homer has the Angels on top. Now Kendrick drops down a bunt. Vargas fields and throws him out. 1 down here in the second. Hey, folks, it's time to rock and roll here at Safeco Field. Saturday, turn back the clock day. Make sure you join us. We flash back to the sights and sounds of the 50s. The Mariners and Angels going to be wearing the retro uniforms. Mariners wearing the Reindeers red. Twist and shout your way to tickets at mariners.com. Twist and shout, Isley Brothers, 1959. Eric Ibars. Kendrick retired on the bunt attempt. He shows bunt as well.
Ibar looked like he was going to try to push bunt. Tried to bunt it past Vargas, the pitcher, out towards second base.
Lost start, my man. Lost start, right?
Yeah, it really is. But I think that they may be trying to take advantage of Carp over first. But we had a chance to see Mike play first base last year. Wow.
Whoa! A bullet hot corner. Kyle Seager 2 down.
Well, that's what the fake bunt will do. It'll bring the infielder up. You're hoping that'll take the range away from him, which it will. But fortunately for Kyle, this is a line drive hooking down at him, and Check out his reflexes. You think about 97, 98 down there, Adam?
Every bit. Highlight is still the Butcher Boy attempt that Ryan did a couple of days ago against Beltran and Rangers. I want to see that work a couple of times this year.
I'm sure Ryan will try it again.
It's Peter Borges. Having a hard time getting some hits, but one thing we know about him, he can really run.
He only has one home run this year, and it was an inside the park home run at Minnesota back in April.
1-1 to count.
Talking to the people with the Angels, they said that he's having a tough time with the pitches on the outer half of the plate. Cutting his swing off. If the pitches are in the middle or middle end, he can handle that, but anything away from him gives him a tough time.
Mike Scioscia, 2002, won the World Series championship with the Angels against the Giants. There's strike 2-2. You probably just missed Mike, right, when you were with the Dodgers? Now you missed him by about 5-6 years?
Yeah, he'd been out maybe 4 or 5 years, something like that.
2-2. Strike 3 call. Nice work by Jason Vargas. 1, 2, 3 against the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the order. See what the Mariners can do with Montero, Carp, and Olivo coming up and hitting number 2 for Seattle. Social chat here at the ballpark as Jesus Montero stands in for the Mariners. Down 2-0. Albert Pujols, the first inning home run, 2-run shot. Montero, Carp, and Olivo here in the second. There's Albert, his home run. It was number 5. RBIs 21 and 22. One to Montero. DHing today with Olivo activated. Casper Wells being sent down to AAA Tacoma. Montero 1 for 3 yesterday. Aaron from looks like he's barely contacting the rubber from the extreme first base side. 2-1. Rolls over on a pitch down to the shortstop Ibar. Throws him out. 1 down. Hey, now's your chance, everybody, to ask the booth anything you want. Tweet your questions to @RootsSports_NW. We'll answer some of the questions later on in the ballgame.
And you're right about Herron. It looks like when he's standing up there, you can see a little bit of the white of the rubber on the mound, but then he slides over.
Apparently legal out there, right?
He's touching it. It's just with the toenail.
Mike Carp, the hitter, looks at ball 1. Cracked to center field. Borges is there for the catch.
Well, you can tell already with Herron on the mound that his velocity is down a little bit. So the Mariners are going to have to show some patience. They're going to see a lot of off-speed pitches from him, some splits and sliders. He's going to change speeds. They're going to have to show some patience and try to get him up in the zone if they can. He's just not going to give in to him and throw fastballs in the middle of the plate.
First time we've seen Miguel Olivo in the last 30 days. Groin injuries kept him out of action. Good to have him back.
He was on a really good run offensively before he was hurt. Had homered in a couple of games. Swinging the bat much better than the start that he had. And, of course, the injury put him on the DL.
Did not go. Got a 1-1 count. That was as good a time as any to break your 0 for 12 against Stan Herron. So welcome back party here at Safeco Field. Edge away. 2-1. Fastball for strike. 2-2. Down goes Olivo. Third strikeout for Herron. And a 1-2-3 second. Third inning coming up. Angels lead it by 2. Homer in the first on a 3-1 pitch off of Jason Vargas. The difference right now. Top of the third inning. It'll be Bobby Wilson, the catcher. Mike Trout, Alberto Callaspo, 9-1-2. Strike one to Wilson. Brought in Chris Iannetta, former Rocky, but he's been hurt. In addition to some ineffective play, some injuries, big problem for this Angel Ball Club.
Well, Jason, after giving up the 2-run home run in the first at Pujols, really good second inning. He started to dial in the corner of the plate, working off the edges a little bit more. Hopefully he's settled down. It's a good pitch inside. Looked like a cutter on the inner half of the plate. Right on the corner.
So he's ahead of Bobby Wilson, 1-2.
Good pitch. Like a fastball in the middle of the plate.
I don't know what to tell you. 2-2. Full count now. Both Vargas and Herron like working at a brisk pace. 3-2.
Well, Jason will slow things down a little bit when he gets some runners on base, typical of most pitchers. But when he's pitching out of the windup, he likes to catch it and throw it.
Also keeps the at bat alive. Bouncing ball, that one goes foul. Mariners last year against the Angels were 7-12, 5-4 here at Safeco Field, 2-8 in Anaheim.
You think they'll get things turned around this year? Or?
The Angels?
Yeah.
I think they will, and I think these Mariners are going to continue too. I think they're growing every day. Stay away from those long losing streaks. We're going to be all right. Strike 3 called. That's 3 Ks now for Vargas back to back, and back to back strikeouts looking. Take you back to 1995, everybody. One out here. And Safeco. How about this guy? Turning on a pitch, driving one deep to the gap. What a day, huh?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
4 extra base hits, 8 ribbies against Boston. How good did that feel? Look at that, covering that, going outside and everything. Good stuff, man. 1995. Yeah, it seemed like yesterday, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a good day, and I needed it badly.
Coming out of a bad spring?
Well, I actually had off to a slow start that year, and we started a little bit late. That was the year that we had the 144-game schedule.
Right.
And so I ended up getting off to a little bit of a slow start. And to tell you how slow it was, I ended up with 4 hits that day to get my average up to 179.
Good grief.
When I hit the triple and I drove in the 3 runs is when they brought in Alejandro Pena.
I remember him.
The right-hander, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lou called me back and asked me if I was going to get another hit this year.
as only he could.
Right. And I said, well, you keep running me out here. Sometime this year I'll get another hit. And he says, you get a hit right now, I'll buy you a steak. Things kind of took off for me after that, but it was a struggle out of the gates.
Pitch way outside Mike Trout. 1-2 strikes. It's like you were seeing it really good that day.
Things were starting to slow down, and I think that's what you have to do as a hitter, try to get the game to slow down a little bit for you. And we had a number of guys with the Mariners, younger players, that have had issues getting off to slow starts this year, and it'll slow down for them. They're starting to crawl their way out of the little haze that they were in to start the year.
And everybody's going to welcome warm weather, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Warmer weather. I mean, it's not terrible today by any stretch. 59 is very breezy.
No, the guys playing are probably comfortable. They're moving around, so I'm sure that they're fine.
Looking at mid-90s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Texas. Ryan knows he's got to hurry. Throws out Trout. Boy, he can get down that line just like he did last year when we saw him. So that video leads us to this, our AT&T trivia question. Since this is the anniversary of Mike's 8 RBI game, wanted to know how many times a Mariner player had 7 or more RBIs in a game. 3-5-9-12. 3-5-9-12 are your choices. Just for the heck of it, I'll go with B5. No idea.
I'm going to go with C9.
All right.
Thinking about it, I think Alvin Davis drove in 8. Cameron drove in 8, so that's 3 right there. There you go. Yeah, I like 9. We'll see.
Here's Kai Aspo, 0-1. Bounced out to the first baseman, Carp. Fly ball center field for Saunders. Up in that wind knocking everything down. No problem as Sundo throws it up into the crowd. They appreciate that. 2-0 Angels. Bottom of the third against Dan Herron and the Angels. Albert Pujols, 2-run homer. Only scoring so far. It'll be Saunders, Ryan, and Ackley here in the bottom of the third. Popped up. Playable. Wilson, got room. One out. One down here in the third. He's got a sweet swing, great glove. Now he has his own bobblehead tomorrow, 7:10. Be here. Be one of the first 20,000 fans to get your first ever Dustin Ackley bobblehead thanks to Root Sports. Don't miss this newest bobblehead in town. Pick up your tickets, Mariners team stores or Mariners.com. Brendan Ryan, the hitter. 0 for 3 yesterday. Big swing and a miss. Did not go, said Dale Scott.
Brendan's had success against Herron. I think 320 with a triple and a home run. Starting to swing the bat a little bit better.
Plays off that pitch, 2-1. Results coming in. People riding with Mike. Boy, right behind 37% going.
Yeah.
I like the tote board. Idbar on the bounce. Throws out Ryan. 2 outs. Mariners have had one base runner. Ackley got a base hit. Ball scooted under the glove of Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. Mariners a half game ahead of these Angels. American League West. Texas by 5 over Oakland, 6.5. Mariners at 7 over the Angels.
I think the thing that you would like to see is with the Mariners winning the series against the Rangers, who have been playing well. Now you have the Angels, who are struggling. You'd like to see them take care of this series, catch them early, and you know they're going to get better. I agree with you. I think the Angels will be a much better club as the season moves on. I think they have to be. So you'd like to take advantage of them while they're down right now.
One of the rare series, too, will miss Jared Weaver. Their best pitcher, 6-1 with a 2.61 ERA and a no-no under his belt this season.
It's a break for the Mariners when you have a 4-game set with the Angels and Weaver doesn't pitch. That's pretty lucky, pretty fortunate.
Hear from any more of your boys after the foul ball yesterday?
Yeah, and for everybody, all of them, I'll tell them the same thing that I used to tell Lou when I would make a mistake in the field, and that is...
Save it.
I just boxed it. No excuses.
That's
Not
it.
going to make any.
Hey.
Booted it.
Hey, and they say it's videotape evidence, pal. So there's no way you can alibi it anyway. That's the best way to hit it.
That's it.
No question. 2-0 Angels.
Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. By Northern Quest Casino, Spokane's newest destination resort. And by Ford. We are local. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The wind's blowing down here.
Yeah.
What about from where you guys are?
Let me tell you something. Mike was on me. He says, you're not going to mess around, are you? I said, I got the jacket on. That baby zipped all the way up to the neck. Trust me. Pujols home run in the first, career blast number 450. After the season, it went 402 feet. It was number 450.
Then he gets a changeup on the 3-1 count. You can see it's middle.
It had that sound. One and two to Albert. Levo took one.
Yeah, pitch bounced out in front of the plate. Probably one of the few guys you would see laughing about it. Take a shot. I'm sure he's happy and excited just to be back in the lineup.
Question. It's a tough breed, boy, to catch him major leagues. You have to smile, right? You better. I mean, he's got to.
I don't know.
We saw
some of the shots that we've seen him take, especially.
Last year was ridiculous.
I think I'd cry more than smile about it.
Base hit for Albert. Uh-oh, he's heating up. It's 2 for 2. There's Jaso. How's he feeling after taking that one off the
collarbone?
The collarbone and then the side of his head.
A solid base hit for Pujols in the left field. Pitch up in the zone. Yeah, I was talking to Dan Wilson about that, and he says it's just a killer when you catch one on that collarbone.
Oh, please.
He said he was the same way, though, because we were wondering, Jaso, he didn't have that extra padding, and Levo's not wearing it either. And
the flap?
Dan said that he didn't have one on his either. He just didn't like the feel of it.
Flaps around when you start to throw and everything, probably throws you off. High pop, center field. Off the bat of Trumbo. And there's one down. Let's go to Angie Minter.
All right, guys, a very slow day around American League Baseball, but there was a game or two going on to fill you in on. And we start with the Indians and the Tigers. Reds, Braves, the other one. We'll get to that one later. Bottom of the first, former Mariner Shin-Soo Choo takes Justin Verlander's pitch of the day and belts it deep into right field. And then Jose Lopez, another former Mariner, singles into right center. Cleveland wins it 2-1. They sweep Detroit. It's our Sterling Bank score from around the league.
All right, Angie, thank you. As we look at Morales taking a strike.
Heard that home run that you hit off of Verlander was something in the neighborhood of 460 feet.
Sir.
Wow.
A couple of reporters I saw a tweet earlier today says he hit it in Lake Erie. Jimmy Lillard can't be thrilled.
No, he can't be at all. And
started the day 5 back, now 6 to Cleveland.
Manny Acta has to be beside himself right now. Indians playing well. He's done a great job.
We saw him last couple weeks ago. He admittedly was a little surprised.
Yeah. It's a young club that's starting to come in its own. They had all those young players 2-3 years ago, and now they're starting to really get it done on the field. Have a couple of guys, Hafner being healthy certainly helps them. But just continuing to build confidence. They've surprised me even. I fully expected, like everybody else, the Tigers to run away with that division. Doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Back up the middle. Vargas went for the kick save and missed it. So a couple of men on here as we revisit our trivia question. Let's see. Most folks were riding with Mike. How many times a Mariner player hit 7+ ribbies in a game? Survey says it is
12.
D12. You did it twice. Davis, Boone, Giles, Meyer, Cameron, A-Rod, Brantley, Butch Husky, and John Ulrich. Davis, yourself, and Cameron had 8. That's a day, boy. That is a day. Man.
For me at the time, I think when they asked Lou about it after the game, he said that's a good month for him. And at the time, it was.
Yeah.
The only one that I don't remember is Brian Giles.
May 17 of 90 against Toronto. He's out of the game about 2 years now, right? We saw him somewhere. We saw him finishing up with San Diego, I think. A couple of years ago. Howie Kendrick tried to bunt his way on. He's got first and second here. To right field for Ichiro. Pujols.
Forgot how many outs there are.
Yeah.
He forgot how many outs there are.
Pujols is around third. He tagged. Albert was going to third. I had my eyes on Albert.
You know what? I was watching Ichiro because most of the time when you have runners on, he will stay behind the ball a little bit better. And he was going into his little sidestep thing that he normally does at the end of an inning. And then I saw him put his head down. And he just flat forgot how many outs there were. It didn't change the inning. Albert was going to tag and go anyway because it was a deep enough ball. But he just flat out forgot how many outs there were.
I'm watching Albert go back. He went halfway, and then he rushed back to second. And then I heard you say that, and now here's final result. The first and third now, 2 outs. For Guy Bar, the hitter. Bunt, foul.
Boy.
That's it. That's where the Angels are, right?
I guess. I don't understand the play. I mean, if you had somebody that was a little bit quicker at third, maybe. But it didn't look like Albert had any intentions of trying to go to home, and that's down the line foul. I think Mike Scioscia would like to see him swing the bat. Ibar has struggled this year, hitting .228 coming into the game, but I don't think Albert would have tried to score on that play, even if he was able to keep it fair. Oh, 1 pitch. Liddy's got an easy play. Right to him. That'll do it. Angels leave a couple here in the top of the 4th and lead 2-0.
The Angels lead on Albert Pujols' 450th career home run. Hey kids, now you can see how you measure up to Mariner first baseman Justin Smoke coming up on Sunday. All you youngsters 14 and under get a Justin Smoke growth chart poster. Mariners will be wrapping up the series with the Angels at 110. So get your tickets right now at Mariners.com. 2, 3, 4 in the order against Dan Haren. Alex Liddy leads it off. Liddy, Ichiro, and Seager. Couple of breaking balls got Liddy first time up. Took that swing and miss at the third strike back in first inning. He took another look at Haren as to say, okay, that's what it's like. All right. Like I said, that's what it's like, huh? Down the line, it is a foul ball. And he measured pretty good.
I was surprised to see Haren go in there. I think he wanted to go in off the plate. I'm sure he saw the swing that Alex put on the grand slam yesterday, and this is a similar pitch and a similar swing to it. Gets out in front just a little bit and hooks it foul. But I think he wanted to go in there off the plate so that he could open things up for the breaking ball again. He stayed soft with him his first at bat. I'm sure he'll do it again after that swing.
I like that expression on his face, like, hey, let's do it. It's going to work. I like that.
Well, I think Alex has been a lot of fun to watch this year, and he's getting a chance to play, rightfully so. But there's the off-speed pitch again. He'll have to make an adjustment to that. Haren will stay out there until he does.
Fourth strikeout for Haren, one down.
We'll take a look at it. It looks like a little cutter off the outside corner. Haren looks like he has pretty good command of his pitches today and keeping the ball down. Ichiro hit the ball hard his first time up with Ackley at first base. He hit it right at Ibar, kind of handcuffed him. They're able to get Ackley out at second base.
0-2. To Ichiro. 0-2 strikes. Trout playing shallow towards the line. Borges in center. He's shallow, shading towards the left. Two. Waving. Fifth strikeout for Haren, back-to-back. He's got 2 outs here in the fourth. Banner Bank building to the future. How about Danny Holtz? Last night, goes 6 innings, 5 hits, a run, 12 Ks, 1 walk. Got a no decision. Jackson lost in 12 innings to Montgomery 2-1. This boy's racking up some numbers.
He's been pitching great. Banner Bank building to the future.
He must be a Barry Zito fan wearing number 75.
That's a good call. Never thought about that. Pretty good left-hander.
Seager to center field. Borges coming in. Boy, that wind guy just knocks him down. 1, 2, 3. Haren's rolling. He's retired 3, 6, 9, 10 in a row. That's where that wind is coming from the north here at Safeco Field. 2-0. Albert Pujols, 2-run homer in the first, career blast number 450. Peter Borges, the center fielder, leads off. Bobby Wilson, the catcher, and then Mike Trout, the left fielder.
Seager's playing even with the bag at third. I would think if Borges is going to bunt, he's going to try to push it past the mound over towards second base. Vargas being a lefty, his tendency is to fall off towards the third base side. And you better not bobble it if he decides to do it.
Gets it through the hole, base hit. His third gear going down the line is faster than most first gear guys. It's unbelievable. All right. Well, you spend a lot of money. Let's see what these folks are getting.
Wow.
Yankees and Phillies, aging teams. They're struggling big time. Ditto the Red Sox, Angels, and the Tigers. But again, we're only at the quarter pole. Check back September 15th.
Yeah, I think the other thing. Oh, here you go. I think the other thing you have to consider too are injuries, and nobody can do anything about that. The Red Sox, I think, have 7 outfielders on the DL. 7.
Wow.
I've never even heard of anything like that. Have you?
No. That's remarkable. I mean, Agon was playing right field in the interleague play down in Philly. Seager charging. Was hitting. It did foul it off. Yeah.
See him square around the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It went right off the bottom of his bat. Angels are 7th in the American League in stolen bases.
Extraordinarily fast runner at first base of Peter Borges. It's not run a line, it's just 1 for 2.
And Bobby Wilson, his backup catcher, he's struggled out of the gates, hitting 186 right now. And you have Mike Trout waiting on deck. He's hitting 315 coming into the game.
Bunt laid down. It's a good one. Sacrifice. 2-3. One out. Borges down to second.
It's a perfect bunt. Take a look at our McDonald's Super Mo. He bunts it down the line. I thought maybe it would catch the edge of the grass and push it foul, but Olivo not wanting to take a chance. Can't say that I blame him. Picks it up and takes the out. I think anytime you can get an out, you should take it.
Top of the order, Mike Trout got a base hit to right. Scored on the Pujols home run. Grounded out to short. 1 for 2. This kid, Brett Laurie with the Jays and Bryce Harper with the Nats, seem to play with the exact same fire, outward fire, when they play this game.
Well, I know this kid was a pretty good football player in high school, wasn't he?
Yeah, they said it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He takes a strike, showing bunt. Long look by Vargas. 0-1 pitch. Miss. CenturyLink high speed pitch. Herron at 90. Vargas at 91 for Herron and 90 for Vargas. Battling Mike Trout, who does qualify as a rookie here in 2012. 2011 Baseball America. Minor League Player of the Year, Mike Trout.
And that was a good piece of hitting just to stay alive. He's in an 0-2 count, and Vargas makes a perfect pitch right on the inside corner, maybe even just off the plate on the inside corner, and you can see him drop his back foot trying to inside out that pitch and spoils it.
Do it again at 0-2. Vargas, the Mariners' leading winning pitcher right now, 5-3. 3.34 ERA. 2-2 with a 2.88 ERA here at Safeco Field against these Angels. Ryan holds a run and they got him. That's a heck of a play. That is a tremendous play by Brendan Ryan.
Well, we were talking about him pulling off the butcher board the other day, or at least trying to, and being aware of the situation. He's a headsy player. He knows right away that Borges, who likes to run, gets a little bit too far off, gets rid of it quickly. Dead duck going back into second base. Nice play by Brendan Ryan.
Big out there, take that speedy Borges off the bags. I don't remember last time I saw that play.
Sometimes we'll see the runner take off, but they'll just keep running to third, and we've seen him thrown out at third, but to stop and try to get back, you don't see that often.
That's away at Trout. Tell you what, he did that fundamentally right on the money. Secondary lead, as soon as he saw it, gone.
As soon as it touches the dirt. You anticipate, and that's what they teach you, especially if you're a speedy base runner. If you see the ball and it looks like it's going anywhere near the dirt, they want you to take off, because it's so tough for the catcher to come up with it. I couldn't tell if this hit the dirt first, but you can see his read. He's gone. We already talked about his speed. Great speed. Ball didn't get but a couple of feet away from Olivo, and still didn't have a chance to get him.
1-0. Caspo's been solid down at third base for the Angels. Good defender. Reaches out. Carp will take care of it, and that'll do it for the Angels in the fifth. Nice pitching by Jason Vargas coming up for the Mariners. They'll have Jesus Montero in the 5-hole, followed by Mike Carp and Miguel Olivo. First pitch to Jesus Montero, fouled off here in the bottom of the fifth. Montero, Carp, and Olivo against Dan Herron, who's retired 10 in a row. He struck out 5. Hasn't walked anybody. Gave up a leadoff base hit to Ackland. Ichiro reached on a fielder's choice, a 6-4 fielder's choice that erased Ackland. Since then, no base runners for the Mariners.
And for Herron, he's basically worked away from the Mariners. He's able to throw strikes. 53 pitches, 35 of those for strikes. 10 first pitch strikes out of the 15 batters that he has faced. And he's changed speeds on them, so they're going to have to make an adjustment. And that is basically try to take. Oh, there's a bad swing on a pitch that's away again. Take what he's going to give him, and that's not much. He's working off the edge of the outside corner.
Doing a heck of a job as we visit our Ask Mike question here. Why Dan Herron? Why does he stand over there on the rubber when he throws the ball?
Well, clearly he's not worried about using the rubber to push off of. So my guess would be for him, create some angles, Dave. Creating angles. He likes to run his fastball, use his slider and his split, and he's just trying to create an angle. And it's something that if he has a pitch that like his fastball that'll run into a right-hander, it really looks like it's running, gives the illusion that it's running in even farther. And he's just basically turning the plate on these guys. It's an awkward angle, I think, for most hitters. And when he is right and healthy and his velocity is where it normally is, he's one of the best pitchers in the American League.
1-1 count to Carp. $11 in a row retired. Turn 2. Carp fly to center field first time up. Strike 3 called. Herron in command here at Safeco Field. 7 strikeouts.
Well, he gets his second strike up and away, and then he comes back on the inside corner. You can see the run on his fastball. Carp thought that pitch was going to be inside. That's a pitch that he has struggled. We talked about Herron's struggles. That's a pitch that he's had a tough time getting that fastball to the left-handers inside and get it to run back on the plate. He's missed with that pitch, and it's hurt him at times. That doesn't appear to be the case here tonight.
12 in a row retired. Olivo struck out to end the second inning. 0 for 13 against Herron. All with 2 strikes.
Really an excellent job of pitching again. Takes a little bit off of his fastball, adds a little bit when he wants to come inside that pitch away. A little cutter at 85 miles an hour.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Miguel Olivo, first day back after a stint on the DL. Groin issue. Fly ball center field for Borges. Quiet inning, 13 in a row retired by that man Dan Herron. Albert Pujols, a 2-run homer, the difference. 2-0 Angels lead. Albert Pujols, career home run number 450, the difference. Came in the first inning. Since then, Vargas has held the Angels to no runs on 3 hits. Meanwhile, Dan Herron has retired 13 consecutive hitters. Gave up a leadoff base hit to Ackley. It was erased at a 6-4 fielder's choice, leaving Ichiro on base. Those are the only 2 men to have reached.
I don't think Dan Herron has thrown many pitches in the middle of the plate for the Mariners. He is living on the edges.
Pujols having a night, 3 for 3. Base hit to left, starts the 6th. Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. This series will take us through Sunday, and then we'll get on a plane and head down to Texas. Day off in Chicago, play the White Sox, and then that road trip will conclude in Anaheim on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday affair. Good news, that is the Mariners' 3rd of 4 10-day trips.
And you've already given me the forecast for the Arlington area. Here we're going to be in the 90s.
Yep, be ready. There's Trumbo. Well, with those 3 10-day trips, road trips done, it means we have a bunch of 10-day trips, 10-day homestands coming up. Great news, Mariners played 28 road games. This is just the 19th home.
Trumbo and a fly ball out to center field his last time up. Might have been the highest fly ball that Saunders has had to deal with this year. Just absolutely skied it. This kid has some ridiculous power.
Albert takes off, swing and a miss. And Olivo can't get the ball out of his glove. Trumbo walks away. I wonder if he hurt himself.
Well, Pujols picks the right pitch to run on. It's a pitch that's in the dirt, an off-speed pitch.
Pujols 2 for 2 in base stealing. I counted Trumbo 1 and 2. Now, 4 strikeouts for Vargas. What do you got for Jason?
Goes with a fastball up and in above the belt of Trumbo. They've had some runners in scoring position, but again, their problem has been getting them around outside of the home run by Pujols. They're 1 for 6 now with men in scoring position.
Team's got a 240 batting average in that category coming into tonight's game. Limited schedule as we look at the scoreboard. A lot of runs being scored. San Francisco 14-7 over Miami. Philly 10-9 at St. Louis in the 9th.
Padres scored 11 runs.
How about that?
Yeah, they're in the 9th inning, beating the Mets 11-5.
White Sox double digits. 11-8 beat Minnesota. Here's 1-1. Up and in, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Jason had 83 pitches, 56 of those are strikes.
Pujols the runner at second. He's had a marvelous night. 2-run homer, a couple singles to left and a stolen base. Here we go, 2-1. 2. Morales didn't like that one. One out with Pujols at second. Breezy evening here at Safeco Field. Time called. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Full count. Three and 2 to Morales with Howie Kendrick on deck. Muscles that one into left field. Pujols to third. Liddy charges. Throw home. Cut off. The Angels have a 3-0 lead. RBI from Morales. That's his 12th. Base hit, stolen base. One out single. It's a run here in the 6th.
Pretty good pitch. It's up and in. Morales, a great piece of hitting. It looks like it jams him, and it does. It gets in on his hands. Because the pitch is up, he's able to fight it off into the outfield. Pujols was getting a great secondary lead. No chance for Liddy to throw him out.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Outside, falling behind.
Vargas won't have to worry about Morales going anywhere. Coming off of that terrible leg injury, still is not running well.
Happened against the Mariners a couple of years ago. Jumped on home plate after a game-winning home run. 2-1. Ready to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hacked off. Howie Kendrick on that last call.
I don't know why. The last two pitches, fastballs, definitely on the plate. Maybe more hacked off. He didn't swing at one of them.
That's true, too. It's not happy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Checked. He's gone, says Dale Scott. I got number 5 for Vargas. 2 down here in the 6th.
He had a couple of decent pitches to hit, and then he goes up the ladder with a good fastball, ties him up, is not able to hold up on his swing.
We bring up Eric Aybar. Good action out of the pen again. 2 outs, runner on, and a run in. Offensively, Dan Herron's been in command. He's retired the last 13 men that he's faced. And a 1-hitter through 5.
That base hit came from Ackley, leading the game off in the bottom of the 1st.
Ball hitting.
They should be out.
He is. No question. Easy call by Vic Carapazza. No doubt about it. Plain as day up here. That'll do it. So Aybar is retired. It's a 3-0 Angel lead. Michael Saunders got to lead it off here for the Mariners. See if they get something going. 13 in a row retired by Dan Herron. Off the end of the bat. High bar. Throw safe. Good start.
Michael's speed, you had to feel that was going to be a base hit once it was able to get past Cayespo, the diving third baseman. Take a look at it. Ibar, one of the better fielding shortstops, gets rid of it quickly with something on it, but again, Saunders' speed able to beat it out.
Mariners down 3-0. Albert Pujols a 3 for 3 night. First inning, 2-run homer. Sixth inning, led off with a base hit to left. Stole second, scored on the Morales RBI. So the Mariners got some work to do. That was just their second hit tonight. Ackley's got the first one, then brings up Brendan Ryan. Strike one on the bunt attempt. The way.
Borges really plays a shallow center field, doesn't he?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Feels like he's right in your lap. Kid can run, so he'll make up for it. Was that Ron LaFleur used to play a real shallow center field with Detroit, Chicago.
Torrey Hunter did too when he was out in center.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Two and two with Saunders at first. Strike three called. 8 Ks tonight for Dan Herron. 2 called. 1 out here in the 6th. Ride Sound Transit. Save on gas and parking. Plus help the environment. Visit soundtransit.org for details.
Dustin Ackley will come to the plate. He has one of the 2 hits for the Mariners tonight.
Saunders takes off. Bobby Wilson's throw. Safe. For Saunders, his 6th stolen base ties him with Ichiro with the team lead.
Bobby Wilson, the catcher, he had a great pitch to throw, and you can see it was a fastball up, gets him out of his crouch early. And Saunders slides in, hangs onto the bag with the end of his fingers as he slides past the base.
2-0 pitch popped up. Shortstop taking control, now being called off by Borges. 2 down here in the 6th. This Saturday, we're going to paint the town and the Kings Court red. Turn back the clock day. Felix Hernandez will be on the mound. We salute the Seattle Rainiers of the 50s for $30. You're going to get a ticket, special edition Reds Kings Court t-shirt and a K card. So get your tickets to this Saturday's Red Kings Court. Mariners.com/Felix. Alex Liddy struck out the first 2 times up. Looks at a strike.
Boy, that's a tough strike. Alex not happy about it. I don't blame him. After giving Dan Herron that pitch, you're going to be in a lot more trouble than you already are. It's been tough enough on the guys to get him on the plate.
Eric Gregg, Livan Hernandez territory. Playoffs a few years, 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. I was coming back from a football game in Jacksonville. Johnny Greer and referee crew, we were sitting there watching, and they were flabbergasted at that. I'll never forget that exhibition. He just threw it up there, and they was getting strikes. All with 2 strikes here to Liddy.
Who was that against? I'm trying to remember.
Let's see. Livan Hernandez was with Florida. Yeah, against the Braves.
Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta, yeah.
He beat the Braves. Had to go chase. 3K day for Liddy. Herron with 9 strikeouts in this ball game through 6 in a 3-0 lead.
Brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Sterling Bank, life is about the good stuff. Your bank should be too. Visit our new website at bankwithsterling.com. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network, AT&T Rethink Possible. And by Pizza Hut. It's back. Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut. Dave.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 3-0 as we begin the 7th inning. Borges shows bunt. Backs off, takes the ball. Peter Borges, Bobby Wilson, Mike Trout, 8-9-1 against Jason Vargas, who struck out 5. Giving up the 3 runs on 7 hits. Hasn't walked anybody.
Jason with 96 pitches now. Steve Delabar getting loose in the Mariners' pen.
Pujols a 2-run homer in the first and an RBI by Morales in the sixth scored Pujols with the 3 runs for the Angels. Here's Delmar. Foul. Borges tonight a strikeout looking and a base hit to left. And thrown out at second on a ground ball to the shortstop Ryan. Threw behind him to Ackley. And Gatting for the second out. That was back in the 5th. 2-2 pitch. Swing. Miss. Half a dozen strikeouts for Jason Vargas. Bring up catcher Bobby Wilson.
Just a good fastball from Jason going back inside. Ties him up.
There's 2 hits tonight for the Mariners. Ackley in the first. Infield hit for Saunders in the 6th. Nice pitch.
Well, Jason has thrown the ball well. He made the mistake to Pujols on the changeup, cost him a 2-run homer. But other than that, I think he's thrown the ball well. Just hasn't had any run support. Mariners with just a runner in scoring position twice tonight.
High fly, short left field. Can of corn for Liddy. So 2 down here in the 7th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Top of the order, Mike Trout. Led off the game with a base hit to right. Grounded out to short. Reached on a fielder's choice. Slipped out of his hand. 1-1. Like a good pitch. 2-1.
105 pitches for Jason. 70 of them were strikes.
Carp might have some room. And Olivo working with him. And he makes the play. Nicely done. See if the Mariners can get something going. Herron's retired 16 of the last 17 minutes. He's faced, he's got a 2-hit shutout.
Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination, encouraging you to imagine bigger when you play the lottery. Visit us on Facebook or tweet what you do to Twitter, #IfIWon. Who knows, you might even see your tweet appear on television during an upcoming game. Dave?
Thank you, Angie. Here is Ichiro. See if the boys can get something going. Ichiro, Seager, and Montero against Dan Herron. Retired 16 of the last 17 men that he's faced.
And pitching here in the 7th inning. This next pitch will just be number 80 for Herron.
All the 2 strikes, Ichiro, Seager, and Montero for Willis Tucker. Jason Vargas picked up his 6th strikeout. Such a good ball game. Just
I think so.
No run support tonight.
Yeah.
Down the line. Fair ball. And it ricochets away from Trumbo. Ichiro will hold it second with a double. Leadoff double here in the 7th for the Mariners. For Ichiro, his 10th double. He's one behind team leaders Saunders and Seager.
Gets an off-speed pitch and ends up down and in. Puts a good swing on it to keep that pitch fair. He hits it hard down the right field line. Mariners' best opportunity to get a run on the board. Leadoff double from Ichiro. That's what Kyle Seager can do.
Just the 3rd Mariner hit tonight.
Kyle 0 for 2. He has a strikeout. Fly ball to center field.
Strike 1.
Kyle tied for first in the American League with 2 out RBIs. Leads the club with 26.
18,048 on hand here at Safeco Field. Fast moving game. We're in the 7th. 0-1 count to Seager with Ichiro at second. They'll move him over. Ground ball to Kendrick. 1 down. Here's Andy Mentek.
Guys, it seems the AL Central, the only division in the American League working today. We already brought you Tigers and Indians, and the only other game going on, you've got the Chicago White Sox and the Twins. And Chicago started the bottom of the 6th with back-to-back home runs. They loaded the bases, and then Alejandro De Aza crushes another ball deep to right field, a grand slam. It's De Aza's 4th home run this season. Chicago scores 6 runs in that inning, and they take it 11-8 over the Twins. Dave?
All right, Angie, thank you. Here's Montero. Goes the other way. Line drive. Be alive over there, folks. Broke his bat. Montero tonight. A ground out to short and a strikeout.
Herron again has pitched him away. That first pitch off the plate away. And he chased it. Looked like another cutter.
One out, runner at third, Ichiro. Playing the 7th. Mariners have won 5 in their last 6 to get to 4 games under 500 coming into tonight's game. Half game ahead of the Angels. Montero battling against Dan Herron, who's tied his season best with 9 Ks tonight. That's a good job to stay alive.
He's thrown 3 pitches almost in that same spot. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go even further away, see if he can get him to chase it.
Ichiro takes his lead at third. The 0-2. Good call. You're right on it. That's strikeout number 10, season best for Dan Herron. Second time he's keyed Montero.
Well, after he swung at the first 3 pitches, just felt like he was going to go further away. The veteran pitcher and Herron just keep expanding the zone. You can see how far Bobby Wilson is off the plate away. Montero can't lay off of it.
2 outs, runner at third from Mike Carp. Fly to center, took a called third strike. Two. Two outs, an 0-2 count to Carp.
Pitches now for Herron.
10 strikeouts, no walks. 2-2.
Stands high for pitches. 119.
2-2. Scrambled by Bobby Wilson to keep it in front. Full count now to Carp. Miguel Olivo's on deck for the Mariners.
Looked like he tried to get Carp to chase a couple of splits. So Olivo waits on deck.
Three runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Angels. 0 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Mariners. This one fouled back. Mariners in the month of May, record of 10-12. Strike 3 call. Oh, brother. That's strikeout number 11 for Herron. Carapazza, the home plate umpire. 7 in the books, a 3-0 lead for the Angels. Scan. Coors Light freeze can. Here at Safeco Field, new pitcher for the Mariners as they trail 3-0. We go to the 8th inning. Plenty of daylight still here in Seattle. I like seeing that. At, 9 o'clock Pacific time, Steve Delabar takes over.
Hard throwing right-hander. Delabar, fastball, 96 miles an hour. We use a split.
He'll face Alberto Callaspo, Albert Pujols, and Mark Trumbo, 2, 3, and 4 here in the 8th. And Aaron's just completely shut down the Mariners. 11 strikeouts. No runs on 3 hits. Here's Delabar's profile.
4.95 ERA. Opponent's average 192. He hasn't won an home record. Well, I think what he's doing right now is he's starting to really expand the strike zone, Davey. He's pitching off the plate and getting the calls because he's consistently been on the edges early, and he's slowly getting further and further out there, which is going to make it even tougher. Nobody throwing in the Angels bullpen. He's still in good shape with his pitch count.
0 for 3 night for Callaspo. Slaps one foul, 1 and 2. All 2 strikes.
You look at that last pitch to Carp. On the tracer, it looked like it was at the top of the zone, but typically you won't get that call.
Grab ball to Ackley.
Mike was upset. I think there was a couple of pitches in the previous bet that were probably off the plate. They were getting those calls too, so he and Vic were going at it a little bit.
Yep, he had struck out his last 2 times up. Take your Little League team out to see our team this Sunday, Aquafina Little League Day. Mariners and the Angels, 1:10 start time. Tickets $11 and all kids 14 and under. You're going to participate in a pregame on-field parade. How cool is that? To reserve your spot for your team, call 206-346-4001. Here's Pujols. What a night. 2-run homer, a couple singles to left, a stolen base, and another run scored. That was in the 6th.
3 for 3 night. He's raised his batting average 14 points. There you can see at 227 now. He was at 213 coming into the game.
Take a look at that last strike to Carp. He didn't even think anything of it. It was ball 4. Here's Ryan.
Yeah, if they're not happy about it, Brendan Ryan disgusted. Can't say that I blame him. Looks like the pitch was high.
Oh for 3 night for Mike rather. Here's a 2-1 count to Pujols. Delabar will finally retire Albert. 2 outs here in the 8th. Two outs in the 8th brings in Mark Trumbo. 0 for 3, couple strikeouts. Looks pretty smooth tonight.
He's been consistent with his fastball all year. His fastball is, well, it seems like it's always 96 miles an hour. He's getting in trouble with his slider from time to time. That's a good pitch. The home runs he's given up this year, typically it's been on a slider that he's left in the middle of the plate, which is what's hurt him. He's thrown more splits since then, trying to stay away from it.
Trumbo 0-2, 2 outs, nobody on. And he got it. Nice job by Delabar. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Work to do for the Mariners. Olivo, Saunders, and Ryan coming up. here at Safeco Field. He's got 11 Ks. It's a season high here tonight, Mike.
Well, he's had everything working for him tonight. Pitching on the edges early. His slider and his cutter have been a big pitch for him. He's also mixed in a few splits. Here's a fastball. Some pitches. That one right there was up in the zone. Karp not happy about it. I don't blame him. But typically this is kind of getting to be where it's old-fashioned, where you can start to expand the zone, and Herrin has taken advantage of that.
Season best, 11 strikeouts, has not walked anybody. And he's scattered 3 hits. Olivo 0 for 2 tonight. He's got a 1-1 count. One and 2. Cole Calhoun takes over in right field for Mike Trumbo. Two pitch. Pujols has plenty of room. One down here in the bottom of the 8th, and if you're hitting the road outside the Northwest, you know what you want to do. Take the Mariners with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv to see the Mariners live on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Mariners.com to order. Get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Here's Saunders. Breaking ball for strike. Infield hit last time for Michael. Stolen base as well. First time up, he fouled out to the catcher, Bobby Wilson. One and 2. Hits tonight for the Mariners. Ackley, Saunders, and Ichiro. That's it. Ichiro's was a double.
I think that's the only ball that's really been hit hard tonight for the Mariners. The double down the right field line from Ichiro.
Strike 3 call. That's a dozen strikeouts. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th.
After all the off-speed pitches, just comes back with a good two-seam fastball right on the inside corner. No argument from Michael.
12 Ks. Season best. Ryan, strike 1 to him.
Brendan was not happy at all on his last at bat with some of the calls, and you see him throw his hands in the air when Karp was rung up. There's a base hit.
Yes, indeed. Goes with the pitch. 4th hit of the night for the Mariners. It comes 2 outs here in the 8th.
The ball travel, get a little bit deeper in the zone, and hits it hard into right field.
So Ryan getting a chance to reunite with his old Cardinal teammate Albert Pujols. Top of the order, Dustin Ackley, 1 for 3.
Scott Downs, the former Blue Jay, getting loose in the pen.
Trudeau.
Herrin now at 108 pitches. Might be getting a little bit tired. See if the Mariners can take advantage of it. See if he makes a mistake here to Ackley.
3 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Angels. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Two and 1.
They're getting Scott Downs ready for Ichiro. and Seager. Alex Liddy waiting on deck, but those two will follow him.
Time called. Long time for Bobby Wilson to get the sign from Mike Scioscia. Knocked it up. Slicing back. Center fielder Borges comes in, makes the catch. That'll do it for the Mariners. 8 in the books, 3-0 Eagles.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Back here at Safeco Field, a 3-0 Angels lead, first of 4. Ball club from Anaheim. Andres Morales, Howie Kendrick, Eric Ibar against Steve Delabar in his second inning. Morales last time up at a 3-2 pitch, back in the 6th, 1 out, 1 on. Delivered a single to left field for the 3rd Angels run. Albert Pujols scored that run. First inning, Albert hit a 2-run homer. One pitch. Dribbled foul.
Good split from Delabar. Really pitched a strong 8th inning. I have 1, 2, 3, 8th with a strikeout. Do the same thing right here. Get the Mariners in the dugout. Back at the top of the lineup, they have Liddy, Ichiro, and Seager coming up in the bottom of the 9th.
Quality pitch. Strikeout for Delabar, his second. Consecutive strikeouts. 1 out here in the 9th.
Well, after a couple of splits, just throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. There's a 4-seamer up in the zone that Morales cannot catch up to.
Ball one to Howie Kendrick, the second baseman, is 0 for 3. Seager in a nice short hop. 2 out. Oh, off the glove of Carp. Going to second is Kendrick. We call it an E5.
Well, we haven't seen much of this year. The Mariners have been excellent on the routine plays. And it looked like Kyle should have made a better throw, had plenty of time, and Carp should have been able to make the catch and put the tag on Kendrick because he had plenty of time.
Mariners started tonight the #1 defensive team in the American League. First error in the ballgame. Eric Aybar. Switch hitter. One out, one on. So we play here in the top of the ninth, 3-0 Angels. Letty's got to come in towards the line. Can he get there? Dove too soon. Ball and strike.
Look at the effort from Liddy, our McDonald's Supermo. Looks like it has to hurt the lower back, doesn't it?
Without a doubt. Count even, 1-1. Good speed with Kendrick at second. 2-1 count. Mariners in the bottom of the ninth will have Liddy, Ichiro, and Seager 2, 3, and 4. Let's make Sosa back up. It on the ground to Ackley. Throws that eyeball. Moving over to third is Howie Kendrick. 2 outs here in the ninth. Bring up Peter Borges. Eric Wedge's club has not been able to generate a run tonight against Dan Herron.
He's hoping for a late rally tonight. Some good pitching matchups in this series. Bevan and Santana tomorrow. And it's Felix Jerome Williams will go on Saturday, and the Wesley against C.J. Wilson on Sunday.
Two-0 to Borges. Delbar trying to get out of it here in the ninth. 3-1. Full count now with that foul ball. $18,048 in Safeco Field tonight. They're playing good ball of late. Winning 5 in the last 6 games. Won back-to-back series as you look at Bobby Wilson, Dion Beckett. Payoff pitch. Struck him out. Couple of blips and a blast. They'll tie it. Mariners down 3-0 coming up. Liddy, Ichiro, and Seager. Struck out 12 tonight. Our Nissan shift to the bullpen will show an empty bullpen, and this baby's all Dan Herons, Mike.
12 strikeouts on 107 pitches through the 8 innings, just 4 hits. He has been outstanding.
But he shows bunt, takes a ball. Alex tonight has struck out 3 times. He was behind 0-2, 1-2, and 1-2. Cade is 3 times a victim to Mr. Herron. 1-1.
Alex doing the right thing. You're down 3 runs. You got to make him throw a strike. Herron, unfortunately, has been on the plate early in counts and started pitching off of the outside corner. Look at that pitch.
He's been outstanding.
Yep, he has. And this next one will probably be a little bit further away. Try to get Liddy to chase it. Been his go-to pitch all night long.
Two pitch. The end of the bat. Struck him out. Size 4 collar for Liddy. 1 down.
It's been on the same pitch. There you go. Slider right off the outside corner.
It's 13 strikeouts. We've seen Herron deal before, but this is in another world. He's won 4 of his last 5 with his 1.97 ERA.
Typically it's because he's been able to get ground ball outs and get them out quickly, but for the 13 strikeouts, he's now at 117 pitches. Take a look at Scott Downs, Ernesto. Frieri, somebody was on spring training. He has a good arm, 94 with some run on it. But I think for Herron tonight, he's really taking advantage of a young lineup. He's just expanding the zone and the guys aren't able to lay off of pitches. Veteran, and you get a veteran pitcher like he is, and he can see that right away, sense it. He's just gone to work on the guys, and all of a sudden you get a few calls out there, and guys start chasing pitches. He's been that good tonight.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ichiro. He's got 1 of the 4 hits. Struck out back in the 4th.
He's up to a season high 120 pitches now.
Look at the job to stay alive there by Ichiro. Mariners did not have a multiple hit inning. Did not. Struck him out. Strikeout number 14. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Wow. Career high strikeouts for Dan Haren. Last hope for the Mariners, Kyle Seager. Popped it up. Out of play. On a strike. Two and one.
When you think about it, the Mariners have faced a number of pitchers this year that have much better stuff than Dan Haren, and they haven't been anywhere near 14 strikeouts.
This will do it right here. Surrounded by Kendrick. Game over. Angels take the first of this 4-game series, 3-0 behind Darren Haren, who wins a personal 4-game losing streak. He strikes out 14. It's his first complete game of this year. First shutout of the year, 6th career. And he was just magnificent tonight. More about Dan Haren when we return. Angels win this first game of the series by the final of 3-0.